Greetings everyone and welcome back to Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition with me, Kemzit. We're going to continue on with the custom campaign of Janos Hunyadi in Mission 6, which is also the last one, Siege of Belgrade upon Erko Kabi's request. Now, after the Battle of Varna, Europe was no longer able to organize a large-scale crusade, and Constantinople was already in the Ottomans' bag. After suffering a series of defeats, Hunyadi, who was alone, did not give up resisting the horrible Ottomans. He had to give everything he had to hold the last line of defense for Hungary in Belgrade.
In 1453, Constantinople fell, and the Hungarian nobles knew that it was only a matter of time before the Ottoman Empire got its hands on Europe. So, they once again asked General Hunyadi to resist invasion. As it happened, in 1455, news came from the Croatian envoys that Sultan Mehmed II was planning to invade Hungary. The Wallachians, supported by the Ottomans, even plundered Transylvanian manors, and we had to flee back to Buda in haste. At the end of that year, General Hunyadi made a public reconciliation with all the enemies in Europe in order to unite the forces of Christendom to fight against the infidels. But Frederick III and the great nobles only conceded not to stab him in the back, but did not promise to join the war, and General Hunyadi was still alone. So he recruited the soldiers who had fought with him in the past, and I was among them. The first target of the Ottoman army was Belgrade, located on the eastern border. They tried to force Hungary to cede the city in exchange for peace before, but got rejected by General Hunyadi. Belgrade was located at the confluence of the Danube and Sava rivers, an important position that could not be compromised. In June 1456, Mehmed II himself led his troops to Belgrade. Their cannons could break through the walls at any time. General Hunyadi assembled a fleet of 200 ships and tried to go downstream from the Danube to Belgrade. To our surprise, the Ottomans were probably so busy attacking by land that the blockade on the river was quite weak. Finally, before Belgrade was completely destroyed, our reinforcements arrived at the port.
That's nice. Let's see how the situation goes. Oh.
The Ottoman army is starting to attack the outer walls of Belgrade. Stop them and defend the palace. We must get to Belgrade immediately and assist the local garrison to organize a defense. The Ottomans have a blockade on land, but they are weak on the river. Hungarian reinforcements are trying to cross the Danube. That's out of expectation. Shouldn't their cavalry be marching by land? Watch out for the bombard tower on the island. Don't let the transport ship get sunk.
Too bad we cannot land there. Also, let's just read that Hunyadi arrived at the Belgrade Palace to save the city. Hunyadi must be alive before arriving at Belgrade Palace. Belgrade Palace cannot be destroyed. Hints. Hunyadi has a population limit cap of 200, but cannot build advanced siege weapons, EGA rams, trebuchets, bombard cannons, and castles. It could defend with creepers and stone walls, but more expensive. In addition, due to the previous outbreak of epidemic, in Belgrade herbs are almost used up. Herbal medicine tech is not available in this mission. There are a lot of resources stored in Ottoman granaries. Do not let Belgrade soldiers starve to death. At the night, the Ottomans will stop attacking the city. Be sure to take opportunity to destroy the Ottoman gunpowder stores, otherwise during the day they will easily find the Hunyadi raid and give a crazy counterattack. All units can be trained quickly. The Black Death may break out the city at any time. Once it does, all units will lose HP and villagers will lose 50% work rate. Peasant crusaders can help Belgrade to share the pressure, but it is better to help them to take the city of Zimoni. There are many resources on the other side of the Danube. You can use transport ships to send some farmers to collect. The gunpowder tower will explode when it's destroyed, so be careful. Scouts, Hunyadi want green. Ships are the western part of the map, ready to go down the Danube to sail Belgrade to Sion, but he must face a blockade by the Ottoman fleet for red. Belgrade army is holding, but they can't hold out much longer without Hunyadi's assistance. In addition, remnants of the Crusaders 3 Blue are helping to defend near the city, and it could be defeated any time, at any moment. Okay. The two Ottoman armies, 5-6 purple, were besieged in two directions, southeast and southwest of the city, and they consist of sipahis, infantry, and various gunpowder units. They rely heavily on powder tower 7 Grey to provide weapons. Once the powder towers are all destroyed, the siege of Belgrade is failed. Ottoman side army 8 Yellow have many depots in the west. They will not attack actively, but their defensive strength should not be overestimated as well. Okay, we have restarted this mission. Well, I've already done quite a few attempts already. I'm getting a little bit annoyed by this because this mission is really difficult. I don't know who made this again, but I would highly advise to revamp this mission a little bit because
General
it's bad.
Hunyadi, please go directly to the palace. We've been waiting for you for a long time.
Like, it's really difficult. It's not like bad, but it's just like difficult to beat through this mission. You cannot do the side objectives. You literally have to rush the main objectives, and I'm gonna get there. Like, I'm gonna show you what I mean.
General Hunyadi, the Ottoman Sultan is leading a large army to besiege the city, so please think of a way to crack their cannons.
Has the White Knight of Hungary also come to Belgrade to save the city? I dare not take this opponent lightly. It's just about nighttime, so let's go back and rest. Tomorrow we will break through the walls.
The night has come, and the Ottoman army has temporarily returned to the camp to rest. If we want to win, we must raid their camp at night and destroy the powder towers there. In addition, it is crucial to seize the opportunity of the night to fortify Belgrade and stockpile resources. General, bodies of rats have been found in the city before, so please be alarmed of diseases. Once the Black Death spread, we could all die. The monks taught us that we should never give up fighting against infidels no matter what our circumstances. We will assist outside the city, and if you can help capture Hunyadi, we will have better equipment.
Sure, but I'm not gonna help you. I'm sorry, but you guys are crap. My previous attempt, you didn't even help me at all. So why should I help you? Honestly, it's not worth it.
The resources in the city are insufficient. If we can split a small force to attack the Ottoman factories, we can get their supplies. I'm sure the Ottoman fleet on the Danube won't let us off so easily. It's better to destroy the docks before they can sneak up on the city. Thank God we managed to destroy one of the enemy's powder towers. This can at least slow down their cannon assembly speed. Daylight has arrived, and we can no longer continue our raid on the Ottoman camp without alarming their army. Gather the troops together to defend the walls. Although we are unable to resist the Ottoman army head-on, we will have no problem defeating these side army.
Is it? Come and try it if you have won, but don't think that stationing behind means we are weak.
Építkezet, parancs, bányászat.
Let's just destroy these supply houses.
Igen, értettem. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek. Bányászok. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Igen, építkezet.
All Ottoman resource factories have been destroyed by us. It feels so good to eat food provided by their enemy.
Építkezet. Építkezet. Parancs. Építkezet.
Destroy these towers, quickly!
Hunyadi thought that destroying the powder tower would prevent us from assembling cannons. Did not expect that he is so naive after fighting for so many years. Maybe Ottoman is so powerful that he can't imagine it.
Építkezet. Jó napot. Építkezet.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Parancs. Igenis, építkezet.
The terrible Black Death broke out in the city. May God bless us through this pandemic. We must keep attacking and destroy all the powder towers in one go. Otherwise, the Ottoman supplies will continue to flow to the front. Not many powder towers left. Belgrade's defenders hold out a little longer, and the victory will be ours.
Hopefully.
This wound cannot stop me from fighting. I'll be back once I've got treated.
Oh my god. This is what I mean. It screws us up. Please remove the killing of these villages at least, so we could at least have a chance to halter the Ottomans a little bit. We have to search for the powder thingies, but yeah.
Építkezek. Jó nap, építkezek. Szolgálat, építkezek. Igen, hazamegyek. Ért, bányászok. Gazdálkodok. Javítok.
Time to finish them off, hopefully.
Jó nap, építkezek. Szolgálatára. Bányászok.
There was a deafening explosion when the powder tower collapsed. Thankfully, we dodged in time. The Ottomans won't be able to make more cannons anytime soon. The peasant crusaders also wreaked havoc on their camp. It's time to fight back.
How could I be defeated here? Even Constantinople collapsed in front of my cannons. Ah, damn, I got hit by an archer. Help me back to camp.
Well done, Archer. The Ottoman Sultan passed out after being hit, and now they can only give up the siege. Your bravery saved Belgrade, and I pay all of you great respect.
Ah, this mission, honestly.
Just when we were besieged in the inner city and our provisions were about to run out, the peasant crusaders began a desperate counterattack. Led by Friar Giovanni de Capistrano, they began a frenzied attack on the Ottoman camp. Despite General Hunyadi ordered us not to act rashly, some soldiers joined the peasant crusaders who were in high morale. If only we could destroy the Ottoman siege force, they would not be able to break Belgrade anytime soon. Muhammad II was caught off guard. In the chaos, an archer shot him in the thigh, causing the Sultan to pass out. Pity that he was not killed. General Hunyadi then began to lead his cavalry to sweep the battlefield, and the battle-weary Ottoman army began to retreat, leaving only their devastated camp behind. That night, General Hunyadi ordered us all to stand by behind the walls in case of a counterattack. But the expected counterattack did not come, and the Ottoman army retreated overnight with their unconscious Sultan. They escaped quite quickly, and within a few days they fled back to Constantinople, unable to threaten Hungarian territory again in the short term. But we still didn't get a perfect victory. Shortly after the retreat of the Ottoman army, a plague broke out in the city of Belgrade. The dreaded Black Death quickly swept through the city, and the soldiers in the barracks were mostly infected. The infidels were beaten and scattered, but they luckily escaped the damn plague. My consciousness began to fade, a strong and irresistible drowsiness came over, and it was as if I heard the whispering of death in my ears. The silence around me was finally broken by cries of grief, and I knew that the general had come to the end of his life, but I didn't even have the strength to stand up and mourn for him anymore. The cold that gripped me seemed to finally let me go. I took one last look at my comrades in disarray and slowly closed my eyes. At the end of my life, there was no joy of victory. I felt only regret, only sadness.
Alright, okay. Well, this was, as I said, it was really a little bit of a difficult mission. Sure, it was really mainly focused to destroy the cannon tunnels, but I would prefer this a little bit more different. Like, honestly, I don't want those villages to suffer so deadly, or, you know, to have those blue guys actually also help you. Because previously I've tried to finish this mission as well on doing the secondary objectives too, but it was really impossible because you barely had any more resources left, because you cannot destroy this castle alone without any siege, and then you also try to destroy those enemy lands as well, let alone that the enemy army, especially those Sipahi, come up with large forces and groups and they destroy you, and you have a navy that comes around to kick your ass, so you can barely have any time to build up and, you know, defend yourself. Like, there was so short time for you to build up and defend yourself as well, so it's really a difficult mission. But that's why my request was to just revamp it as well. You know, I mean, adjust it, let's say that. But further on, it was a nice campaign. I really enjoyed this, especially the fifth one. Actually, I find it a really fun kind of mission. It seemed like any other campaign that AU2 Definitive Edition has. Like, they were really challenging and fun as well. Especially the sixth one was really challenging. But further else, first, second, third, and fourth were also nice missions, and we learned quite a lot on how the Ottomans have, you know, went through, and Hungarians as well. Too bad. I wonder if it will be possible to change the course of history if those sultans were killed as well, and if it would really change the history and swipe away the Ottomans back to their steppe lands. But we will never know, because it has not happened. But anyway, this is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new and if you support it. Do you want to recommend something we could game together? That's possible as well. Just write down in the comments box below, or join me in the Discord server so we can have a chit chat about it. Till then, I shall see you guys later.